Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be live. As you can see, I'm in my apartment, but we're going to have Sandy joining us straight from Brighton Beach in New York. So I'm really excited for this to start. Hi, everybody. There she is. She requested to join us. So let's check this out. With Sandy. All right. So nice to see all the familiar faces. There she is. Hi,
How's it going?
Sandy.
How are you? How's it going?
So great to see you. Going well. What is the weather like in Brighton Beach right now?
It's got cloudy. I'm gonna see if I can stand in the corner here and take this off for a bit. It's a little cloudy. It's not rainy like it was yesterday, so that's kind of good. It's a little chilly, not too bad. Yesterday was colder. I thought I had to bring out my like winter jacket again, or maybe buy one of those fur coats that we passed by that I showed you.
Yeah.
Would have been a little bit much for that, but I would have still looked good. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello everybody, I'm Sandy. I'm from a company called Urban Crawls. If you want to follow it, you can follow my Instagram. We do tours, we do interviews with local businesses. I started doing that, especially after COVID hit last year, because I started to see all these small businesses shut down. So as I'm walking around here, you'll see a lot of stuff actually has shut down. Some things are coming back slowly, a little slow because of still COVID. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I was walking around earlier and I was thinking we need to do a part 2 in Brighton Beach where we have more food, like in the summer around June, after you have
That
the
would be
baby and stuff like
amazing.
that. You can watch me eat.
I can
There's like a
tell you
bunch of
everything that you should order, all the
yeah, yeah.
Russian food to try.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you guys a list of what we can do. Maybe we can you can find it somewhere and try. But no, it's great. But anyways, we're gonna start here. This place here, I'm gonna switch the camera around. Let me see if I can turn it over. There we go.
Perfect.
All right. So this, what is called net cost. It used to be a theater. Okay, and people like Ray Charles used to play in there. Okay, a British actor named James Mason. So the facade is still out there. Okay, and then it became the Grand Theater, and then now it happens to be a market, a food market, kind of like Whole Foods. So you can go in and get groceries, different kinds of food, you name it. We're not going to go inside completely into the grocery store because it's a grocery store, but just to give you an idea of how they changed it. I'll make sure I don't get hit by a car because I am walking in the middle of the street. And this is New York. It doesn't seem like in this area people care if they hit you. Okay.
I was saying my husband was playing Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation, and it takes place, one of the parts takes place in Brighton Beach, so you can imagine.
I feel like I'm leapfrogging at this point. Yeah. They should do leapfrog in Brighton Beach. It'll be like the frog getting hit on it. But anyway, as we walk in, you'll get to see, it used to be like a live theater, and then it became like a movie theater after a while. But the facade on the inside still looks like, it still has the remnants of it. So this would have been what would have been the ticket booth when it
Wow.
was a theater on there. So
This is
very neat.
beautiful.
I know. And then if you look at the ceiling, I'm going to put it up. So you still have some of the lighting, some of the statues in here.
Wow.
So you can still get the feeling that it was this like magnificent, place to enter. It would have really been like a great experience in that sense. And so this is just the entrance. It's not even like the grocery store. We continue here, and this is parts of it. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I gotta have my mask down. And but you can still see like this would have been like the lobby basically of the theater.
Wow.
Okay, so this would have just been parts of it on here, and still see it says like Master Theater. That was the original name for it. And on there, and so inside here, that's the grocery store. So then once you pass in there, they did a grand opening last year, but it's a grocery store. If you want to take a look really quick, we can just go in. But yeah, you can get just about everything you can imagine in here.
Not just Russian food,
Not
but
just
it's
Russian things,
everything.
exactly, yeah. Well, here's this one. I'm not sure, maybe you can help us out with that. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, Spartak. It looks like is it wine or is it candy?
It looks like
Is it
candy, but
boxes of candy?
it boxes of
Yeah,
candy.
Spartak. It's like Spartacus.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
there was a Russian composer that wrote a ballet called Spartacus that they performed. So probably inspired by that.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yep, they have that. No, yeah, they
Hmm.
have just a lot of other stuff. They have, other candies here.
Yeah, Russians love Milka. Yeah, we love
Oh,
it.
is that what it is? Is that like a Cadbury? Is that like a Cadbury version
Yeah,
of
it's kind of very similar to Cadbury Milka, but it's just like really good milk chocolate.
really?
Russians like good chocolate.
Oh my God, yeah. I love chocolate. Like I've had bad chocolate and good chocolate. You can tell what is the good chocolate, but they have these. These look like
Mm-hmm.
liqueurs.
Yes. Yes, it's a really common gift in Russia. We give each other boxes of candy. It's not just a Valentine's Day thing. It's
Okay.
it's like any special occasion, anytime you don't want to visit somebody empty-handed, you come with a box of candy and you can see, they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Oftentimes they have classical art on it or you know,
I like this one.
views, beautiful views. This says a sweet
Yeah.
present. Again, just to not come somewhere empty-handed.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, listen. My mom's Puerto Rican. My dad was Mexican. He's dead now. May he rest in peace. But oh no, when we had parties, nobody came. I mean, it just went on for like ever. The food and everything. So and then they have this stuff here. So they have different like cheese
Oh my
cookies.
gosh. So yeah, you see the cookies that are right in front of you. And so these are amazing. They're called oatmeal cookies, but they are not like American oatmeal cookies with flakes of oatmeal in them.
Uh
They
huh.
are made of oatmeal flour that
Oh.
it has a texture of regular cookies, but this amazing taste that isn't too sweet. It's perfect with your coffee, and I always buy these when I go to a Russian supermarket, and I highly recommend that you guys try it out.
Real,
The
which
ones
one? This
lower,
one or
lower,
this
lower,
lower?
yeah,
These.
higher. These, yes, these.
Those. Those.
They are amazing. Yes,
Okay, so
these.
which one? I mean, I'm not gonna get them now because I'll have to wait in line. So I'll come back
Well,
afterwards
I
when I
like the
get.
ones with nuts, but it really is.
This
You
one.
can kind of see what flavor it is
Hmm.
on the box, with from the
Okay.
picture on the box. Just whatever
Oh,
flavor you
this one's
prefer, but
chocolate and cherry.
that's nice too.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay, so I'll come back and get the chocolate and
Yes,
cherry.
give it a try.
Okay, I'll definitely give it a try. And I already had Turkish coffee. When we get them closer to there, I'll tell. It was delicious with the baklava. Oh my God. I could sit there and have like Turkish coffee all day, but I'll probably die of a heart attack or something. Afterwards. But here they have the loose candy. You don't want to buy
Hmm.
the other ones. Which one's this one? There's like these are like different
All
little.
right. Yeah, lots of great kinds. If you see the one with a baby face, kind of there's like a little girl that is wearing a scarf around her head. If you see
Okay.
that anywhere,
Oh, that one right there.
that, yes. So this is the most popular Russian candy.
This one.
That yes, yes.
Okay.
Everybody should give it a try. It's amazing.
Okay.
Um, yeah, all my guests call it the baby face chocolate, and it's
Baby face
awesome.
chocolate. All right, I'll come back for those, and I'll come back for the cherry
Uh-huh.
cookie.
Yes. Yes.
So, and then we have crackle bread. So yeah, they have a different.
Hmm.
Look at this. They have different mixtures of everything in here.
Yes.
It's really good. It's not just like Russian and what is this?
It's cool. So these are just thing layers to make your own cake. So like
Oh,
if you
okay.
decide to make your own cake, you
Uh-huh.
can buy these as layers, and then you can just make, for example, put jam or caramel or chocolate in between them,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it's a really easy cake.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
You have that there.
What
So.
we put is also condensed milk, sweetened
Uh-huh.
condensed milk. This is really common. Russians love to put that in their cakes.
Um, and then just for anybody who wants to have, I guess, if you are not want to be experimental, you can always go for like tea or regular crackers. They have tea. This is cute. Look at this. They put
Yes,
tea.
Russians drink a lot of tea. And mostly we like loose tea. So you, of course, will find tea bags always when you. Oh yeah, the teas with different czars is something that is only available in Russian stores in America.
Really?
In Russia, we don't have these teas.
So this, I was about to say, is this like a touristy thing? Because it got my
Yeah.
attention, and I would be the one to buy this just because it has the czars on there. Like
Yeah, I saw that there is a brand called Greenfield right here, and Greenfield a little bit lower is the most common. Yeah,
this one,
Curtis
yeah.
and Greenfield. Yeah, Greenfield is the most common Russian tea. We love it.
Well, it's good to know because
Yeah.
I have a friend who loves to drink tea. So I can ask her and I'll come back and then I can always buy this and give it to her as a present or something.
Yeah,
So
they have so many amazing flavors in Greenfield.
Lemon would be like, I love lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. So,
Great.
yeah, they have a whole section of like just the tea.
Yeah.
And jam, they have a
jam, yes. So that's another thing that Russians like to do. When you drink tea, you can actually put a couple spoons of jam in your tea instead of sugar.
Oh.
Yes. It gives your tea just this amazing sweet taste. And it's just a little bit more interesting than sugar. And also booze.
Okay,
you can always put a little bit of booze in your tea. That's another thing that we do. Maybe some cognac or something like liqueur.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that would be my kind
It's really good. Because the tea is supposed to warm you up.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to have to try that. After we're going to get out of here. But no, I'm going to have to try that. No, I tend to put maple syrup in my coffee.
That sounds good too.
So I go to the... what do you call it? The markets outside, you know.
Awesome.
They have, and so I get it from them. You know, so it's pretty good. So all right, so we're gonna go straight down. We're gonna end it at the beach area. I might actually stop by and get some like dumplings, you know.
Ooh, yes, definitely.
From a place that is supposed to be really authentic. So I will get it. But yeah, this is like a little mini fruit market over here too. So you can get a lot of things. Like this is the place to be if you want to get like reasonably priced foods. Just because Brighton Beach is really far, it's almost at the other end. I mean, well, it is towards the end of Brooklyn. I mean, you're at the water. And when we get to the beach area, it's a nice view of the Atlantic Ocean. So it's beautiful. It's not open now, so you can't really swim. You know, so we're gonna stick here. At Brighton Beach Avenue, which incidentally, this here, if you notice, it says Brighton 11th Street, and then it says Brighton Beach Avenue. So Brighton Beach Avenue is a whole strip of avenue we're going to be walking, so you can see some of the different places that we're going to go into. But when it says the numbers in here, they put that, those were named by the immigrants who moved here, because it was easier for them to learn the streets, so they changed the names of what they used to be. So when we walk, you'll see Brighton 11, Brighton 10, Brighton 8, Brighton 7.
Wow.
You know, and so it's easy to find places because they used to have historic, they still do, bungalows that are here. And it's easier to find because they're like between Brighton 4 and like Brighton Avenue, you know, so that's how you're able to find stuff, which is ingenious, I think. I think they should start naming a lot of stuff like that in Manhattan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, in Manhattan you have all these numbered streets too, which I think is so convenient.
Here's the stuff, but it's very close to the train. We're gonna It's funny because it seems to look busy, but it really isn't. I'm pretty sure before COVID, this place was like jam-packed.
Yeah, Russians, I mean, as far as I know, even in Russia right now, they don't have too much respect for COVID rules.
Yeah, I've noticed. Well, there's one that's maskless right over there, but I have noticed, and there's another one with a baby over there that's maskless. I've noticed that people or two I've noticed that some people here rarely wear them. So
Yeah, like the lady that just passed us.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not gonna point fingers, but you know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but a lot of the street here, it's all. Some of the, I mean, it's changing, and that's the sad part because when it starts to change, when you have a city bank, a Chase bank, mostly two, and then you have like 7-Eleven, City MD, Walgreens, you know that things are going to be changing. So they're starting to get pricey, and that's going to start panicking, panic people. So I always say enjoy it while you can. Like there's a lot of things that people don't find, and then when they discover them, then they want to start moving in here. And that's when the real estate developers start coming in and taking over a bunch of stuff. But here we have a 99-cent store.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great place to like do a little bit of shopping if you wanted to gift. We're gonna go in later to a place where I can show you where you can get gifts that are very popular. Get gifts and stuff like that. So,
Do you hear a lot of Russian speech around as you walk around?
not at the moment. Some yes, some no. Like these two over here without the mask, and I'm sure those two over there without the mask. But yeah, Brighton Beach does have a huge population of Russian Jews. A lot of the Jews immigrated here. So we have, actually where we were, I forgot to show it to you, but there's a massive menorah in the park area.
Oh.
And so right next to the Dunkin' Donuts, which is really fun, I have to say. The building here is gorgeous. Is this?
Look at that bear.
Skovorodka, is that how you pronounce it?
Skоворodka means a frying pan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is a famous place to go to for, they say, authentic Russian cuisine.
Nice.
So, it gives you, there's the menu for it. You can see the prices here. The salads aren't so bad, and then, they say the borscht here is really good. Ukrainian borscht is there.
Ooh, good to know. Good to know. Anybody who is visiting New York, come to this place in Brighton Beach.
Exactly. You got your seafood entry, your meat entrees.
Nice.
Oh, this is a nice, look at this article. Russians overwhelm the Japanese in Brighton Beach. I don't see many Asians.
Uh-huh.
So that's that place to go to if you want to come. Got a little pharmacy here. I don't know why that's here, but okay. You got the Starbucks. You get a meat market. Right over here, we're going to cross the street. So on Brighton 6, there's the street. So I love this, because if you want to come to this little gift shop, just remember it's between Brighton 6th Street and Brighton Beach Avenue.
That's awesome.
And we're going to cross here, and it's called Kalinka Gifts. This is a little bit high end, but you'll get to see different things in there. It's a little bit classy. Rip off the peppermint egg. Right underneath the cover. So here is Kalinka Gifts. It's a good place to go if you want to do some gift shopping and stuff like that.
Looks awesome.
I think that's Medusa up there.
Yes. Or maybe it's like a money tree,
Okay. That's true.
Who knows?
There's snakes everywhere, yeah.
Okay.
And then this is that Ganesh? I believe it's a...
Yeah, Russians also believe in feng shui.
Okay.
That's like lately became the fashion, so you can find some of that stuff in Russians' homes.
Okay, and then you get like these little...
Oh, that skull is really bedazzled.
I know, right? And then you get these little like off-the-wall ones, that one.
Uh-huh.
So you get like these little, so this is like this little gift shop over here. It's very tiny, the store. So you get different, little things to buy. I'll show you more of these at the other store where I am.
Yes, I'm really excited to look at them.
I would love to go back and open one of them. Oh, there's a Who's this composer?
I can't really tell from the figurine. It could be not even a Russian composer, to
Yeah, I
be
was gonna
honest.
say it might not be. Yeah,
It looks like an 18th century, like Mozart or
Mozart or
something.
something. Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
this is Schubert right over here. The only
Yeah.
reason I know that's because his name is like,
All right.
you know. So this is a good place to go to if you want to buy some gifts. But if you turn the corner here on the same street in the corner, and you go just a little bit further, you're gonna see a little restaurant which says delicious Georgian food.
Yes.
So you get to see little. It's called Little Georgia.
I'm so happy you found this.
Yes.
Because
It's right around
everybody,
the corner.
Georgian food is
Yes.
the thing to try.
And it's a little. I swear, I need to do this food tour. It's right on the corner. See, there's Kalinka, and then you just cross the street, and there's the Little Georgia food with nobody wearing masks. It's okay. And but it'll show you here the baked goods.
Oh my
I
God.
love when people wear no mask and then they smoke. It's even better.
I love it.
It's like, so you get all these, they explain to you what the breads are and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you guys, do you see the one that starts with a K, Khach? It's called Khachapuri. It's pronounced Khachapuri. And if you ever go to a Georgian place, definitely try this Khachapuri, especially the one with an A, Ajaruli Khachapuri. It has the egg in the middle. It's basically a cheese boat. It's a bread with cheese in the middle. And yeah, it's delicious. And they use Georgian traditional cheeses. You can tear off the pieces of bread and dip it into the cheese. And it's just amazing. So khachapuri, definitely.
And then they give you shawarma. And it's really tiny. Like it's really, really small. Like this is it. Oh, and speaking of Russian, there you go. I have two people right here.
This is awesome.
So you have your little trinkets here, some books.
Yeah, I see Georgian sauces.
Yeah.
Well,
here's some food.
Mm-hmm.
Smells really good here.
And then I see lots of traditional Georgian cheeses in there.
Magnets.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yes.
And some other little trinkets here too from Georgia. So this is a cool little place to come to. And they'll pack it in a pizza box.
In a pizza box, yes. Because khachapuri sometimes can be pizza shaped. So it makes sense.
Yeah. And I've seen them because they actually take the size of the small pizza box. So here we go, going across the street again. So there it is. So anybody who comes here, Kalinka Gifts and then cross the street and you're right at Little Georgia. So get that khachapuri, she says. Now I got to go back and try it. Not today, but some other time. Like, I could spend all day just trying food, and then by the time I'm done, it's like, 10 o'clock or something. Yeah. So, but you get a nice little unique flower shop here.
Mm-hmm.
And the grill. So, this is the, if you're going to come here by subway, there's only, there's two lines, leave you right at, in the center of it. So, it's Brighton Beach Station and B in the queue. B is not really working today, so I took the queue to come here. But once you get off, you're, right at B. Brighton Beach Avenue, where it's all in. This is one of my favorite liquor shops, only because I saw this, and look at that cork, that stopper.
Oh my God, that is beautiful.
I'm not much of a drinker, which is what's funny, but I love bottles. I would collect the bottles. This is a sword, and it's called cognac, Armenian Soul. So. And of course, one of the best sellers is the Russian vodka.
Yes.
Yeah. So they have, but they have gorgeous bottles in here. This one is one of my favorite ones too. The Beluga is like a safe.
Yeah.
So if you want to get, or if you're into I guess grenades and everything. So, so if you want to get original liquor bottles, that's the store to go to. On the strip area here. So. But you can see that almost everything has it's in Russian. Some of them in English too, but a lot of them in Russian. So places, like I said, are closed. This here, I love this. So what is that? Yeah,
So these are breads that come from they say like the stands, the Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. So it's the tasty breads that come from these countries, which are also delicious. They are made in this oven that is called tandir, which is really similar to tandoor, which how the Indians make their food
Oh,
in
yeah.
India.
Yeah.
So it's delicious.
Well, there's this gentleman over here. He's behind the window, but this is what you'll get: beef and potato.
Mm-hmm. This is khachapuri.
I was gonna ask you, that was the khachapuri.
Yes.
And then she's selling stuff outside here. And,
Mm-hmm. Some also different. This is Russian pirashki or pirogi, as they say. Little pies. Little pies.
That does remind me a bit of like the empanadas.
Amazing, amazing. This is so delicious, and it really makes me homesick.
I know. I feel like just buying everything. I was like the food, and I was like, I can't. I can't. And, so this is what I was talking about. Over there, they had another like a food place, an international food that's closed over there. See, and the pharmacy is also closed. The Apple, that's like that whole section there is pretty much it's not going to reopen again. So we'll find places like that, like in a lot of New York now, especially after like COVID, you start seeing stores for rent and stuff like that. So, and some places open like weekdays only.
Oh.
So they're closed on or they'll open like I think it's like they'll open to Saturday, but then Sunday and Monday are closed. I know like some European places do that. I've gone to some French places where they're closed on Sunday and Mondays, but they're open like Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
There's another great restaurant I heard about, Oleander. Reminds me of a Harry Potter.
Ollivanders.
That's what it reminds me of. But here, this one has. Well, they have an assorted fish platter, but they have them.
Mm-hmm. I think this might be Armenian restaurant.
Okay. Well, actually, yeah, it's in Greek, so it could be.
Oh, Greek.
Probably
All right.
Greek or Armenian. Although they have fried potatoes, Russian style, so I don't know how true that is. Yeah. Probably one of those that has everything, Here's like a little retail shop where you can get like different things. I love the shops that they have in here. This here, it's a historic building. They need to fix it because it seems like it's falling apart. But it's actually part of a beer garden that's right over here in the corner. So I'm gonna see if I can, like, so the whole building is like here, but ooh, I almost fell through that. But here it is. It's like a little Oktoberfest Nubo.
Oh, wow.
So they have this little section. Don't panic, we drank coronavirus and beer. That's, that's always a good, And they have a little. Well, they have a lot of. It's a very small store with a lot of German beer. I don't know if you can see it, but
yeah.
So I think it's a good place to come in on Oktoberfest. Oh, and they have it on tap too. You can buy them on tap over there.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have the what do you call those? They're like big
growlers.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. That you can pour them in there. I don't think I can handle that beer. I'm not a beer drinker. I'm more of like gin and tonic.
Mm.
It's more me, wine, gin and tonic. And I go from like one extreme to the other. So, oh my God, they have the Rubik's Cube. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, those souvenirs look cool.
At some point, we're gonna go into a store which I don't know who can buy it nowadays or what, but it's like old records, old Blu-rays, and I saw a bunch of like old French movies that with like Gerard Depardieu and Pierre Richard, which I watch a lot of Turner Classic Movies, so they show these. And it's like, well, over here we're going to go to the boutique across the street. And they were
Do you
showing
know that Gerard Depardieu is now a Russian citizen?
No,
that
I did not.
He denounced his French citizenship and became a Russian citizen, I think for tax purposes. And Russians made a movie with him in which he played the role of Rasputin.
Really? Okay, now I have to find it.
Look into it, Gerard Depardieu, Rasputin. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, I remember him as Cyrano de Bergerac, which was incredible. I loved it. So here we go, Feminique Boutique.
Ooh.
If you want to sale, you got 75% off. But it has different, and then I was wondering why I smelled basil and put basil in here.
All right.
But you get different like fashions in here. It's a very tiny boutique. Yeah. So funny, no mask, no entry, and neither one of them is actually wearing the mask. I love that. A lot of food places, like it's good to, well, you can buy fruit here, which is like really reasonable. Look at that, 99 cents a pound.
Yeah. And they look really good.
They look really good. Look at the mangoes. Those are actually really good. 2 for 1 mango. Wow. I need to come back and like shop for fruits here. Yeah, they have little Europe markets here. But yeah, so this whole strip is pretty much shopping. You can find like a lot of stuff. The Oofa sponge. I wouldn't buy these. These look like they've been used by the weather quite a bit. I do love the architecture on these things, because you could tell when these were built, they were not what they are today. You know, a lot of these are pretty cool. And there used to be a building where it was like a Russian bath, and all those closed in '94. And the Russian baths that are left, which you can go to, are temporarily closed now because of COVID.
Oh, Russian baths are awesome.
That's what I hear.
Yes, we hit each other with twigs. It's supposed to be really good massage. And in general, we use wet air. When in a Finnish sauna, you have dry air. In Russian baths, it's wet. We use a lot of steam. And it's supposed to be really good for your respiratory system. And hitting each other with twigs gets a lot of your toxins out. So that's really good for you as well.
Yeah, they say you can swim in them, you can drink.
Oh, yes. You have to drink.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, they're closed due to COVID. Here, we're going to cross the street here. This is the theater I was talking about. This is called the National Theater. This is the National Theater. And obviously, it's like a work in progress. It's closed. But if you want to go and see like nightclub acts or like just pretty much any theater act, this is the place to do it, or one of them. Unfortunately, like I said, it's closed. Anthony Bourdain came here and put this in one of his shows.
Wow.
I don't know if any of you know who Anthony Bourdain is, but he did it for, I think, his like Hearts Unknown or No Reservation, something like that. But anyway, it was one of his shows.
Wow.
That was in here, and so he actually went to it when there was like a little show going on, and live show. But this is the theater itself. And you can see by like the lights and everything. So that's the building. But yeah, it's closed. You know, I don't know if it's closed for good or it's going to be changing into a, you know, an apartment or an office space, or what they're going to do with it. So, oh, it's going to be a retail store. There we go. Oh, that sucks.
Too bad.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying, that when a lot of things close, and then they discover like places that, because this is like all neighborhood, because Coney Island isn't too far from here. So that's like more touristy, and this really isn't. This was like a hidden gem that you could like come into, and suddenly you're like, oh, and it's really meant for the locals in here, you know? So it's not really meant for tourists. So when developers, like I was saying earlier, find things like these neighborhoods and they start to come in, and I always say the minute you see a Starbucks, you're screwed. Because that's when you know it's going to change. And then suddenly, so this is going to change, and this is what they envision it to be. So it's going to be some retail stores and professional offices, which is going to be boring. But look what they're going to put in. So it's probably going to be like more high-end, you know, niche stores or something like that. So that's how it's going to look like. So it's a shame because that was a good place to go to when you wanted like entertainment and to see live shows and stuff like that. So,
That sounds so awesome. What a shame.
I know, and hopefully they don't make it look like that because I love how it looks like outside. Which I have a feeling they're probably going to destroy the outside. This is where I think New York needs to start landmarking a lot of stuff. They don't. And I know sometimes a lot of people frown upon the landmarking because once you landmark a building, it can cost more, to keep it up and the rent and all that. But at least you get to keep the facade, something of it. So there's the beaches over there. Like I said, will end over there. So literally, this place got slammed, by the way, during Hurricane Sandy because the beach was over there in 2012. So they had to recover. They're probably still recovering, but a lot of places had to recover in this area because it was flooded in here. So we're getting close to the St. Petersburg store that we were into yesterday. I'm going to cross the street. Right here, but yeah, the beach, the boardwalk is over there on the other side next to the beach, and there's some restaurants there. Locals don't really go to the restaurants over there anymore. It's mostly like tourists. If the locals go, it's probably because there's like this big event that when it's going on that they need the space for it, and you go to celebrate and stuff like that. So, but here we're getting closer. We're going to go into the St. Petersburg store.
Yeah, that store is beautiful. We prepped yesterday. We looked at the facade, and both on the outside and the inside, there are some really cool things.
Oh, yeah. This here, that's completely torn down. I don't know what it was, but I think it used to be a beautiful building, because if you look where the balcony is and the railing that they've left behind, that looks like it was some artsy place. And I'm like, oh, that's what they're destroying, which means that that's probably going to be like another commercial building or something like that. So that's the problem. When they turn into commercial building, then it starts to like lose a lot of its authenticity. So I really hope a lot of the Russian stores, especially the food, stays in here. I'm going to cross the street really quickly to show you this one. And then we're going to go to St. Petersburg store, which is right there. This is where I was when I came in to get my Turkish coffee. And the baklava is actually made, all right, in Turkey. They actually still make the baklava and have it shipped here from a location that they've done so for years, all right, in Turkey. So, and it was one of the best. For $5, I got a Turkish coffee, a shot of Turkish coffee with, and I don't know if I was supposed to drink like an espresso, but I kind of drank it slowly. And 2 small pieces of baklava, because it was only $5, and I couldn't believe it. I was just like, God, in Manhattan, that would have cost me like $10 or something like that.
Wow.
But it's a small store. I don't know if they're going to let me come in, but I'm just going to see they have the baklava here.
Looks amazing.
There's like these. So this is definitely one of the places to go to. Let me see if I can show you really quickly the baklava.
Oh, it looks amazing.
This is the one I had. With the pecan. It was delicious. I don't know what that one was.
Pistachio, maybe.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. But yeah, that's oh, and then they have like these little, I guess, drinks or something like that. On here, but this is the place to go if you want Turkish coffee and the baklava. It was delicious. And there's St. Petersburg right there, so we're going to go in there. That's actually one of my favorite places to go now. If you really
St. Petersburg?
Yes. If you want to go buying for stuff. I have to, at some point, but I'm not ready to spend the $60. But I have to get that John Lennon. What do you call
I'm
those?
excited to show it to everyone. We posted it on Instagram, and it looked so cool. Did you have a chance to open it?
Not yesterday. I was afraid to, but then I saw the picture I took, and now I know how to open it.
Okay, good.
So I'm going to try and open it here when we come in. So, but this is how St. Petersburg, they actually have a lecture.
So it's a bookstore called St. Petersburg, everyone.
Yeah. And it's book, music, video. And well, here's something you don't see every day. Hold on. Let me,
oh my gosh, how cute!
Thank you. Isn't it good? So where's St. Petersburg? So they have collectible dolls here. My mom has a box with like the different Santa Clauses from around the world, and she has the Russians, she has Dutch. And here you go, gifts for men.
Gifts for man.
That's what it says. And
oh, I see. Statues of women.
yeah. Swords and stuff like that. So here's some cute little mugs. Here's, I don't know what these, I guess they're wine things. I don't know what these are, but.
Yeah, they could be
like
wine holders, but they also look like gifts for men.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't know, yeah. Cute. So here they have the Fabergé eggs we were talking about. Here you go, the fake Fabergé eggs. But yeah.
Yes, the fake Fabergé eggs. But you can get yourself a copy of pretty much anything that you see on my Fabergé stores.
Yeah. And we were mentioning, if you go online, you'll get to see the massive collection that the Tsar of Russia, Nicholas, used to have. And they specifically made Fabergé eggs for his family. And it has like the whole family on there. So.
Amazing.
So here is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, so these are called Matroshka dolls, guys. And these traditionally, they're nesting dolls. So they have one doll, has many others in the middle. And Sandy and I were talking about it yesterday. And she was saying she was a little bit intimidated to open them. But
I still am.
And so the video is up for a second because she's trying to open one. She was really is this the John Lennon one?
Yeah, I'm trying to open the John Lennon. Let me see if I can do it. So forgive me as it goes to black for a second here, or on Harry Potter. It's going to be on Harry Potter's face or something.
Yeah, so traditionally it would be depictions of girls,
Well,
but nowadays...
this is John Lennon's. This is the John Lennon one. So this one has Paul McCartney.
Perfect.
So
you can open Paul McCartney too.
I know.
See what's inside him.
I think if I open Paul McCartney, it's probably going to be either Ringo Starr or... so hold on a second. We're going to go back to black again here. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. So I was right. So I opened it up. I opened it up and it was George, and then you open up George and you got little Ringo on there.
Oh,
so
perfect.
So I'm going to start putting them back. But there you go. Yeah, so you open these up. No, sorry, go ahead. You were explaining the dolls.
Yeah, no problem. So traditionally they had depictions of girls on them, but now, with the development of the tourist industry, you can find these dolls with pretty much anything, anything, composers, writers, both Russian and Western, politicians, right? So you can see, there's a Michael Jackson one, there's Lenin.
There's Michael Jackson.
Jackson, yeah.
There's Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
There's Hermione from Harry Potter.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is and behind her is a Russian writer, Alexander Pushkin. And so this one probably has all the different writers inside it. And next to him is Peter Tchaikovsky, the creator of Swan Lake and the Nutcracker. And I assume that inside would be other Russian composers.
Okay. And here they have Frida Kahlo. I have a feeling Diego's probably in there. Yeah. And then this here looks like a little bit of who's that Spanish one? Dali. There you go.
Yeah.
This was one of my favorite ones here. The Gomez Adams.
Yeah, I thought it was so cool.
That one's live.
The Addams Family.
And of course you've got your ballet here. It tells you a little bit
Of course, ballet. And the one right next to it is like Russian fairy tales,
Oh, this one?
folk
Okay.
fairy tales.
Oh, nice. So we'll like keep going here. But you can get different, you get shawls in here, hats, clothing. If you want to get little stuff for kids, there you go. You got the little Easter stuff in there. Your toys. Um, what is it with the,
I,
there was something about, was it an alligator or something? Isn't this like a famous,
yes, Crocodile Gena
uh,
is a famous Russian fairy tale about this crocodile who just lived together with people. He was a zoo worker. His job was a crocodile at the zoo. So every day he would put on his jacket, grab his briefcase, and walk from his apartment to the zoo where he worked as a crocodile. So he would go in a cage and lay there.
oh,
And
how
then at
cute.
the end of the day, he'll go home.
That's so cute. I have to find
Yeah.
it now. That is
Yeah.
adorable. Yeah, I've heard something that like it was like a crocodile story, but I wasn't sure of what it was. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
know the whole story, but you get some toys over here. So you get everything in this store. Legos and stuff like. Look at this. They have some famous Legos here. Um, they get very artsy. It's funny
Hmm.
because American toys are not really this artsy. Like, you don't see Frida Kahlo, unless you know, on American toys. So very rare. So here, you get your Ukrainian books over here.
Oh,
English
cool.
ones. And then there's like, here you go, gift ideas. So, there you go,
Oh, nice.
Fabergé. There you go. This is the one I was talking about. Talks about Fabergé. But see, that was the one for the Tsar. So you could see, it's got the picture of Nicholas. Where
Mm-hmm.
is it? Like, right there. And then it's got, I believe that's
Yeah.
his father.
Yes.
And so they did an egg, literally with all the Tsar's photos on there. And that was like some of the, like they were, like it would look like that. And those would be at the palace. I'm not sure where they are now in Russia. I think whatever they turned the palaces, what is it, museums now or something like that?
Yes. Well, Fabergé eggs right now are scattered all over the world because after the
Yeah.
revolution, they were looted, they were sold on the black market,
Okay.
and so some are even in the U.S. I know there's one near D.C.
Oh
There's
wow.
some
Okay.
in Baden-Baden in Germany, but the majority
Okay.
are in Russia. The
Okay.
best ones, I would say, are in Russia right
Yeah, I
now.
was gonna say if you're gonna buy them, I would buy them. Yeah, get them from Russia. What would these be, like history books or religious books or art books?
Books on art history. This one is dedicated, says, to the Sistine Chapel,
Hmm.
the museums of Florence, different Italian museums. Just those are wonderful, some wonderful coffee table books.
Okay.
Looks like.
I have a coffee table book that's Da Vinci, and
Mm-hmm.
it's massive. It is massive. It was like $100, but I loved it. So here are religion and
The
spirituality.
Bible.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The red one is the Bible.
Oh, is it? Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
And what is what is that?
uh,
Or is that one?
uh,
I think it might be Jewish.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And here is
Karl Marx. I see some
ah,
Karl Marx right here. Yeah.
that I can
So
tell,
just
like Marx.
philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were able to read it. So you can read Russian alphabet now.
I know, right? That was like it was so funny because Russian was one of the things I wanted to learn, and then like the cold, it ended, and I was like, well, maybe Greek.
Yeah.
um, you get your nonfiction in here. You get some of your famous stories. This one here was my favorite because you said this was a detective one.
Yes. Yes. Detective stories. I think Russians really like reading detective stories. So there's it's no surprise for me that there's such a giant bookcase dedicated to them.
Oh, I love like true crime has like skyrocketed here,
Mm-hmm.
and with Netflix and everything. So, and then they even have this one, which I know now. I know that's I think it's an either HBO or it was an Amazon Prime, but it's with he's a British actor. I forgot his name. He was forwarding in the
Oh,
funeral. Hugh Grant.
okay.
Hugh Grant and but that's a recent. So that's a book based on that. And 1794 is that a Russian year of what we're
Well,
supposed to
this
know
was
about?
just the end of the 18th century in Russia. Nothing in particular. Maybe
Okay.
it's connected with the end of the rule of Catherine the Great and the
Oh,
start of the rule of her son. That's what comes to mind to me.
maybe, but it's covered, so I can't really open it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might be right. So, but yeah, so they have this whole section here, which is pretty nice. This one's like some of these like covers I love. I feel like just buying them just for the covers alone.
Yeah.
And then it'll give me an excuse to sort of like sit there with like a book trying to decipher the what they're talking about. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And these are also detective books here. Old school though.
Yeah, but historic detective stories, you
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
taking place in different, in the past.
This looks like Peter the Great. Is this the one I was mentioning? That this is
Yes,
how
it is.
he
It says
changed.
the secrets of Peter's court. So this
Ah.
one may be like some mysteries about some of the people who worked for him.
There's a museum in Russia where they actually have a wax figure, and it's like looking at Peter the Great because they literally made a death mask of him, and they put it in with everything, the mustache. It's got his real hair. They took some of his hair and they did it, and they actually dressed it up with one of his actual clothing.
Yeah,
So,
it's at the Hermitage actually.
okay.
My
So they were.
favorite museum in the world.
Is it okay? Because I remember hearing about that, and I was like, okay, I just have to go to Russia just to see that. And they were like, you walk in, it's like looking at Peter the Great right there. But as we were saying, he was the one who changed the outfits in Russia to make it more
That's
European.
right.
So
That's right.
and he made them cut their beards off, and the men, and he would charge them for like I forgot what the price was if you grew a beard, so. So I have some pretty cool stuff here, and like these little trinkets here, and then some of my other favorite things are the posters over here, which is enough to scare my friends. Actually, it's enough to buy just for me to buy them, just to scare people. But you get some of the posters over
The
here.
Soviet posters,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I always love getting. So there's a bar here. I hope it's still open. It's called KGB,
Uh-huh.
and in New York, and it's like a little hole in the wall, and it's inside a tenement house, or it used to be a tenement. And underneath it, they call it the Crane Theater because it's a Ukrainian theater. And the owner,
Wow.
what happened was that the owner bought the building, and he said when he was a little boy, it was an area that was all Ukrainian, and back then it was like Ukrainian mobsters and all that. It went from like Italian mob to like the Irish mob, and then like the Ukrainian mob. So the area there was Ukrainian. They still have some Ukrainian foods there. So he would go in there and he would see like the people dancing, and he realized it was a theater. And then they would go up to the bar upstairs with his father, and so they were selling the building, and he didn't want to lose it, so he buys the building and he decides to open up a theater underneath it, and he calls it the Crane Theater for short for Ukrainian. And it's like a theater
Wow.
that'll play anything, and then you go up the stairs into the corner, and it's the KGB bar, and it's all in red, and there's like pictures of Lenin everywhere and Stalin, and they
How
have
cool.
and I have the matchbox has the sickle and the hammer on there, so yeah, that's the which one's that one? Is that what does that say on the top of
The
it?
one with the lady wearing a
Yeah.
scarf?
Uh-huh.
This one says that if you don't read enough, you'll forget you'll forget your ABCs, you'll become illiterate. So it's a poster propagating reading. And right under him, you see those two men. One is like really happy and the other one is sad. It says like, you get what you earn, basically. So the guy in front, he did a good job. He got some good money. The guy in the back was not working hard enough, so his salary is lower.
Okay. And what about this one, the one with the train over here?
This one says, night will not get in the way of us working. So he's working at a night shift.
Okay. Well.
Again, propagating labor,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And then the posters are there.
Yeah, and those are wartime posters. If you look further up, really common ones, kind of like similar to "I Want You." You know, the lady is supposed to be the motherland. The motherland. Yeah, and the guy on the left is just like a soldier that says, "We want you."
Nice to know. So then they have like other books here as well. So they have a lot of books, and these are your classic books.
The classics. We saw Dostoevsky in there,
Yeah.
right there in the brown. Right? And then in the bottom, I think you and I saw Tolstoy yesterday.
Yeah, he was.
There he is in the blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
I'm surprised Pushkin isn't here, but he's a composer, isn't he?
No, also a
he's
writer.
He's an author, isn't he? Okay. So.
Yes, a poet.
Yeah, that's it. A friend of mine named his cat Pushkin.
I love it.
Dr. Zhivago, that's a good international one. But all right, so we're gonna go out. We're gonna keep going that one. We're show you a couple of stores, and then we're gonna go to the beach, and probably gonna stop by to get those Russian dumplings.
Amazing, yeah, because our hour is coming to an end, and we also want to hear about you and what else you do.
Yeah, exactly. And so here we're gonna go. As I keep walking and see if I can find the place. I think it was like hidden so far. I don't think it's this far in there. But I'll tell you what I do as I'm walking. No, yeah, I'm technically a journalist by trade. I used to work for like CNN. Actually, no, the restaurant is over here. We're gonna go this way. There's another little taste of Russia over there. I've heard that's not so good. It's gotten like a little bit too touristy. There's other better places. I don't know. It's always worth a try, I always say. But no, yeah, I work as a journalist. I'll wait for the subway. And, yeah. No, yeah, I used to work for like CNN, Al Jazeera, Associated Press, and then I worked in the DC area, and we covered politics and stuff and the elections and things like that. And then I worked here a bit at CNN when I moved to New York a few years ago, and then I got tired of working for a news agency because I didn't like the way they were heading into, they were going in the news agency, and because a lot of it was changing, and it was becoming more partisan and stuff like that, so I got out of it, and so now I kind of think, I do freelancing, in that sense, freelance writing, and then I decided to do tours with some friends of mine who were actors who were doing tours, and I thought, let me try it. So I did some tours, and I didn't like the companies that the way they were treating the people. Some companies were good, but a lot of the companies like to just do it for the money, not the quality. So they start getting like 20, 30 people at once and throwing it at you, and so I really did not like that. So I thought, why am I doing this for other people? I'm going to go in there really quickly. This is the story I told you about with the records, I believe. And then there's the dumplings, and then we'll go to the beach really fast. So long story short, I decided to open up a business and just try it for myself and do some tours. And I was like, all right, so I wanted to hire people. And just as I was at a point of restructuring everything and getting some people to do the tours so I could run the business, COVID happened. And then I ended up breaking or tearing a tendon on a foot last year by my arch, so I couldn't really walk. And it took like 6 to 8 months to heal. And then this year I ended up breaking a rib.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm falling apart here. But anyway, so this is old school. This is but they have books, and so I'm gonna go in and just show it to you really quickly. If you would like to collect like CDs, DVDs, old books, this looks interesting. On that one, this is the place to do it. You can go in.
They have vinyl records.
Yes.
Which is awesome too. Yeah.
They have
this is awesome.
They had the Blu-rays are movies.
Lots of great Russian films here, guys.
And this one. Okay. Now, I grew up on this because my mom was in love with him.
Julio Iglesias.
Yes.
Yes.
You know.
And then above him is Modern Talking. I don't know if anybody here knows that band. This one with a pink writing, it says Modern Talking. They have this song, You My Heart, You're My Soul.
And then the Olympia's here. So they have so they have different little, so who's, I don't know what, that looks interesting.
Ooh, that is something new to me. I don't know what that is. That looks really cool though.
There you go. So this is the place to so there's some pretty cool stuff in here. Of course, Michael Jackson. And then you get your books and you get a lot of like old school. Is this Catherine? Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually a really good TV show about Catherine the Great, Russian maid.
Is it? This is the one I saw. The House of Romanov? Or Romanov?
Yes, this show is really good too.
That's the one I saw, and it was like talking about Peter the Great. It was wonderful. It was excellent. All right, so I'm going to head out here. I'm going to walk over there and show you the place where the dumplings are, and then I'm going to go to the beach area, and you'll see it. And I am going to definitely, this is the place to go for the dumplings over here. You can already start seeing the one with the little design, the vase over here on the ceiling. What I love about these places is that they're like small little locations that are hole in the walls, so they're not in like an area where like it's not too touristy and a lot of people go to, so it's great. But I think it's Varenichная, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Varenichная. Yeah.
Varenichная, there we go. It's closed, but it isn't. There's people in there. And it's too small to have that many people. Hello, like especially now during the pandemic, but that's okay. But this is the one for the dumplings in here. And look at those. Those are the.
Yeah, they have dumplings. They have crepes. They have lots of stuff.
And so this is the one I'm going to come back to and get it. So we're going to go to the beach, and that's where we're going to end it, so you can see a bit of the Atlantic Ocean over there. And then some of these, if you see some of these houses, look at this, the architecture on them. It's like incredible on some of these buildings. But so the beach is really close. Once you get off the subway, you just walk to the other side across the street, and you're there on that. And then if you keep walking on the boardwalk, you'll end up at what do you call it? Coney Island. It's going to be a bit of a walk, but you'll get there. So, yeah, I definitely want to buy. Which ones of the dumplings would you recommend I buy of the Russian dumplings? And
you can either get the ones with minced meat, and the classic kind would be the beef and pork mix.
Okay.
Or you can go with mashed potatoes, and they should have mashed potatoes and onions, or mashed potatoes and mushrooms, which are both good depending on what you prefer.
Yeah.
I'd say these are the classic kinds that are just so delicious.
I'll definitely go with the onions. See,
great.
Once you get to the beach area, you see like it's more really neighborhoody. But this is here. The beach is closed, but there's more people here today than there was yesterday. That's for sure.
It's Saturday.
It is, yeah, and it's a nicer day too. Yesterday was rainy and cold. So, but being Saturday, people are more outside. You can always spend money on a Mr. TV if you want to.
Sandy, we have a question for you in the chat.
Yes.
Is Brighton Beach and Little Odessa the same area?
Yes. It
is.
Because of the Jewish immigrant, the Russian Jews that came here, they called it Little Odessa. That was the nickname that it is. So yes, it is.
That's awesome.
Little Russia, but Little Odessa. And Brighton Beach is named after England, the little seaside area in Brighton, England. So New York itself is named by the monarchy. The history of the U.S. is like, we were under England for a while. We were the Dutch for a while. Depends on what parts of the states it was in, but New York was the 13 colonies. We were under England. So New York used to be named New Amsterdam when it was under the Dutch. And once the British took over, it was a gift from the King of England to his younger brother, the Duke of York. So we became New York. So we're named after the monarchy in that sense. So Queens was named by the British. Harlem was named by the Dutch. Brighton Beach is named for the British, or Brighton for England and stuff. So some of our names in New York that we still have are British and Dutch. Just people don't know that, But here it is. This is the beach area here. This will be like the Brighton Beach area. So there it is. There's the Atlantic. And Bay Ridge is further down over there. So over here you see a ferry, and you could actually take for $2.75. You can get on that boat, and it'll take you to Bay Ridge, and it'll take you to like the Wall Street area. It'll take a while. It'll be like maybe a 30-minute, 40-minute ride. It's not bad, You want to take a nice little boat ride, but for $2.75, you can't go wrong. It's funny because the beach is supposed to be closed, but we're all in it. Like I'm right now in it. I mean, no swimming kind of thing, but I guess you could walk it. On there. But that's the view. And then in Coney Island, you can see it's like right over there where that massive, thing is. So it looks close, but it really isn't.
Oh, that is amazing.
There's no lifeguards, so yeah, you risk at your own peril. The lifeguards. But yeah, I mean, this is the beach, and then if you look right over there, that's where we came from, and then the subway's like right there in the middle.
I love it.
So.
Sandy, thank you so much for walking us around this amazing neighborhood today. This is so great.
No worries. And yeah, if you guys want to know more about my tours or something like that, or if you guys want to see, I am going to be doing a tour called Secrets of Manhattan, and I'm willing to give it to you guys free just to get your suggestions from it, to see what you think of it. So if you send me a message like a private message on Instagram, and just let me know on my Urban Crawls account, and just let me know that you were on this live virtual event today. We can set up a date where I can do it and tell you like the secrets of especially on Wall Street, where you can see a lot of the Dutch influence that people don't really know about. And it's very interesting. So I would love to get your opinions on that tour. Because
that is amazing. You guys, you have to use this opportunity. You get a free virtual tour of New York.
So it's like Secrets of Manhattan, and we'll be in the lower side. And I'll keep it short to an hour, so I'll show you some little secret parts of it, because the tour will probably be more like 2 hours when it's live. But just to give you a little snippet of it. But yeah, if you're interested, just let me know, and I can give it to you for free, and then you can give me some feedback on it. But just send me a private message on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to be posting a lot of the stuff there. And just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to set it up, and we can set up a time, probably end of April, to do it, because I'm going to DC next week. So end of April.
All right. And if you guys have trouble finding Sandy's Instagram account, I mean, it says Urban Crawls, but if you have any trouble finding it, please feel free to message me, and I will forward you to Sandy so that you can get in touch with her.
Yep, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sandy. That was incredible. Now you earned some dumplings.
Yes, I did. I'm going to go over there right now and get some the onion dumplings and take them with me. Over there, you'll get to see some of the Volnia and some of the restaurants. Those are not really, a couple of them are open, but those are like your beachside restaurants over there. Let's see if I can sign it. They're popular and stuff like that over there. So. All right, so this is the Boardwalk. Like I said, you can just walk this or bike ride. It's very popular. So, all right, so like I said, just let me know. Private message me, or private message Olga to send you the stuff. So, and just follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, and we'll do it. And you'll love the Secrets of Manhattan tour.
Yes, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. This was incredible.
We'll talk about the Dutch influence and the British influence, and speaking of British, I woke up this morning and the first thing I did was I had to watch Prince Philip's funeral.
Oh.
It's so funny. We don't have a monarchy, but I'm kind of like a secret monarchist at heart. Like anything with like the Russian czars or like the British monarchy, I'll watch quietly, and but I woke up for Princess Diana's wedding when I was a kid. I woke up early to see her funeral. So I remember, and then like Prince Philip died, and I was like, oh my God, I'm that old? Like you realize you're getting, and I'm like, I remember when he was like, Diana's wedding, like what is this, what's going on? and stuff like that. So, but anyway, it's great to see you guys. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
Give us some info and like follow us, and maybe we can do a part 2 where we do the food in here.
That would be amazing. Yeah, let's talk about it in June.
Yeah, in June, and then we can do a history of the food kind of thing.
Love it. Yes.
Stuff like that. All right, take care.
All right, bye, Sandy. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Yes,
bye.
Urban Crawls. Somebody's asking.
Yes, Urban Crawls.